lawful wedded husband.
To be my...
Barbara not Barbara Jean's heart. With a tramp like you?
Well, I know it hurts being third rate, but aren't you accustomed to it yet?
Oh, Robin, I see you.
I myself the slut of Springfield!
Son of a bitch in heat. I found out myself what love is all about.
Hey everybody, it's me, Nikki. Hey, welcome to Ranting with Ricardo. It is me, Nikki. We're here to talk about what? Them soaps. But before we get into all of that, yes, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and share me with your people. And if you're not new here, you can still like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and share me with your people. Because guess what? You may not like me, but somebody out there does. I'm telling you, somebody over there, out there in the world, wants to come over here and see my beautiful face, hear sometimes my most grating voice. But you know, after COVID, it got a little rasp to it. It may not seem like it to y'all, but it does to me. And you know, somebody gonna hit that subscription button, somebody gonna hit that notification bell, and one of y'all is gonna hit them links in the description box down below. Not just my links, but the links I put down there for y'all to go register to vote, so y'all can be kept up to date about the policies and the people that's on your ballots, to learn what they're running off of, to see what, you know, they gonna do for you, the people, because they're what? Publicly elected officials. By who? The people. Y'all keep up to date. Make sure y'all register to vote. And guess what? Voting rights is important. You voting is important, because let's be clear on something. If you voting wasn't such an important thing, they wouldn't be trying to drag your rights away and snatch her up by her roots. Okay? Just snatching her up by her roots. Won't even let her get them done. I'm telling y'all now. Super important. But you know, don't take it from me. If y'all want to listen, it's okay. But you know, I'm just trying to help. But with that being said, let's get into them soaps. We're talking about GH Monday and Tuesday. It is currently Wednesday. So this is gonna be uploaded, and then I'm gonna do Wednesdays, like probably tomorrow. Y'all will get Wednesdays, but this will be uploaded today. Now, GH for Monday and Tuesday, it was really like a game of chicken, and it's really a game of the blame game is going on. So basically, on Monday, the whole thing is Lucky can't donate. We're looking for someone to donate to Lulu before, you know, she ultimately kicks the bucket, and everybody running around like a chicken with their head cut off, because some people want Sunny to confess, some people don't want Sunny to confess. If Sunny confesses, then, you know, Carly could get locked up in a clanker because, you know, she was his alibi. Like I told y'all, all Carly had to do, all they had to do, instead of talking about we're getting back together, all they had to do was say, child, we one nighted each other. It was a one night stand. Ain't nothing much to slip back and slip, you know, trip and hop on something, you know, the old, like with your old bae. Okay, not old bae, the seasoning, like your old bae. Like, ain't nothing to trip on it, because it's just late. You don't want to. Some people, all I'm saying is body count don't matter as long as you're going out here getting regularly tested and you're taking care of your health and respecting others' bodies and consent. But some people don't want to raise their numbers, and I'm not going to raise my number if I fall and trip on somebody that I've already been with, right? So I said, that's all y'all had to say. But no, don't nobody listen to me. Don't nobody listen to me. Don't nobody take advice from me. I'm telling y'all, I could write General Hospital the way people want to see it, but don't nobody want to give, you know, don't nobody want to give your girl a job. But I'm gonna continue on, because I will be writing for a soap. I will get my Emmy. Okay, I will. I'm gonna be the best to ever do it. Not that there weren't others who were amazing, but I'm going to be one of the best. Okay, so everybody worried. I forgot to mention Jason talking about I'm gonna turn myself in. I'm gonna say, yeah, I did it. I'm gonna say I did this so I could protect Sunny and Carly, and Diane had to gather him together. Like, what the fuck are you doing? So your son's not gonna be upset? Well, my son said, oh, no. Your sons need you. Your sons need you. You're one of my favorite deadbeats, Jason, but don't be abandoning your kids now that, you know, Sam about to die and Liz is going through her stuff, because she got to choose between Lucky and Rick. But, you know, Rick then took himself out the whole running and everything. So she might choose Lucky. And I could see a pregnancy in her future. I can. And what I mean, Rick took himself out the running to the police. Like I told y'all, they have the, you know, the gun that, you know, listen. they have the that what's her face? This is the massage thing. She threw off the bridge. Yeah, I had to show y'all. She threw it, and then Rick and Elizabeth saw, and Rick told Elizabeth we have to do our civic duty and tell on her. So they called him down there, and Liz is like, "No, what you done got me into now? Because I'm at work. I can't keep taking time off work. I have to work, okay? Make this money. I have kids to take care of. Something you wouldn't know nothing about." So Chase brings the and it was like, "Does this look like the one that y'all saw, Alexis throw off the bridge?" And Rick is sitting up here trying to lie. And Elizabeth is looking like, "We got to tell the truth. We got to do our civic duty. Don't sit up here and lie now. We took an oath. Tell the truth." So he has to tell the truth that she done with him. She was like, "I thought he changed. I thought he was a different person. I thought he would be better. He's not." This is the same man that ultimately blamed Alexis for him sleeping with Sam because Alexis, let loose on everybody because she was diagnosed with lung cancer. This is the same man who had her arrested while she had cancer. This is the same man who laughed at her when she lost her hair. This was the same man trying to take her to court for full custody of Molly when she had cancer. This same man who married her to get back at Sonny to raise Christina as his own. And it's just like, ultimately, Alexis has been right. Everybody has been right about what Rick's intentions are. You do these things to get back at Sonny because you were the child that your mother didn't keep. And it's just like, you act like your life was so hard. You act like your life would have been better with your mother. You act like Sonny's life was just so like amazing living with her. While Sonny loved his mother, no doubt about it, she married a man who abused Sonny and like, come on now, the man has claustrophobia. Would lock that man in a closet. Ultimately sending Taggart after him because Taggart felt like Sonny took out his mentor and that Sonny was abusing his mother. But when it came out, oh, nobody could handle that truth that Deke was an abuser. Rick gets on my damn nerves because you act like your life was so hard living with Trevor when ultimately Sonny's life was hard too. Like, y'all cut from the same goddamn cloth. Get the fuck out of my face, Rick. So Rick sitting up here lying, Rick going to meet with clients and everything, and Curtis calls him to talk. And he's like, father to father, heartache to heartache, pain to pain. Why are you trying to get Heather out? And he explains to him that based off everything, Heather might get out with time served. And it's just like, this is the stupidest storyline I've ever seen, trying to make it seem like, oh my God, oh, my bad hip is why Heather did what she did. Heather unalived Diana back in the 70s. Heather sold Stephen Lars on the baby black market and lied about going to the children's chop shop. Okay? That's what she did. Heather sent herself on a LSD trip because she was putting LSD in sweet tea, and little baby Stephen Lars was playing with the Lazy Susan and ended up switching the drinks. I want a Lazy Susan. I do. I also want a conversation pit. I'm off on a tangent. Heather pew-pewed Diana in her own kit, like, and left her there. Left little baby Stephen Lars there. Okay? So this is nothing new. This isn't anything different. Heather is crazy. Been crazy, always gonna be crazy. And for some reason, y'all trying to revamp this character? No. Heather's crazy. Y'all are trying to go against soap history? Heather's crazy. Okay? You know what you're not supposed to do? Call crazy people crazy. But do you know what Heather is? She's a crazy psycho murderer killer. Yeah, I watched Psycho. It took too long. But Heather crazy. And y'all sitting up here acting like, oh my God, Heather is such a great person. It's just like, so y'all gonna retcon all of Heather's history to make up an excuse as to why. Heather was in a psychiatric hospital, concocted a whole plan to go unalive Diana because she felt like Diana was taking her family from her. Get out my face with this. Get out of my face. Speaking of Heather, Portia then got caught up by Brad. Brad is looking at the results and is like, let me double check this. Oh, okay. Portia, real quick. I have the digital copy. I know you access this and everything's off. So we can play this one or two ways. I can tell the people and you can get in trouble, or you could back me into getting my full-time job back. It's whatever you want to do. Basically, that's what Brad let her know. It's whatever you want to do. Either back me up or I tell on you. And she basically decides to back him up because she don't want to be told on. At the end of the goddamn day, Brad wouldn't be able to have this type of information to have this hold on you had you not been messing around with them test results and put the hospital and, all the, tests that they run at risk. That was your mistake. Now, I get that you want to save your daughter from Heather. I understand that. Make no doubt about it. But while you was out here doing dirt, because you shouldn't have been looking down on Brad. You shouldn't have. That's your mistake. If you was gonna be out here doing your dirt, you shouldn't have been out here looking your eyes down, your nose down at Brad. Because now Brad has whatever he wants to have on you. And you've had to admit to Curtis, who told you stop in the name of love before you break your own heart and get fired. Take it over. Don't do nothing with Heather. And what did you do? You did the opposite. So now everybody's keeping secrets. Everybody's running around trying to keep you from being in trouble. And now Brad got you by the roots, girl. He got by the roots, girl. He do. Not like I mentioned before. Everybody running around trying to get Sonny to either confess to unaliving brittle bones, brittle hair Kate's, or trying to keep him from admitting that he unalived brittle bone, brittle hair Kate's. On top of Christina trying to say what she did or didn't do, and Molly telling people that they need to confess. Now, ultimately, shout out to Martin, who I still think is Valentine in a wig and a face mask, but that's just my opinion. Martin come down to the police station right before Dante could tell Sonny that, they got the and, they got the ballistic reports and all that stuff. Martin pop up like, where is new evidence? Tried to knock my camera. Where's this new evidence? Here you go. I don't know what you're talking. Or did you? You have new evidence. My client is still locked up right now down there with them people. Okay, she is. Come on now. Where's this new evidence? Oh, we did find the gun, and it's registered to Sonny. Okay, so if you have that and you have all that information, then you have a ballistics report, right? Right. So before, because Sonny was like, my lawyer not here. And so he's listening to all of this, and it's just like, ultimately, a lot of people were like, oh, Sonny was never going to confess. And it's just like, no, Sonny was going to confess. Ultimately, Sonny would take the fall for any of the women in his life. Except maybe Ava. He would take the fall for all the women in his life, no matter what they did. His daughters, his ex-wives, girlfriends, family, friends, whatever. He would take the fall for them no matter what. Unfortunately for the rest of the public, even though, yes, Sonny has his faults about him, Sonny always ends up getting saved because somebody tries to do some snake-ish or tries to do some F-ish, and it flips it around in Sonny's favor. Had Anna not kept this to herself and actually told Martin, would have been fine. Would have been fine. Now, Christina's off the hook, and so is Alexis, because you can't prove that this was the that was used to pew brittle bones, brittle hair Kate's. On top of that, the one that was used to unalive brittle bones, brittle hair Kate's has already been dissolved. So y'all have no evidence. It's just going to be lingering in the air on who took him out. I don't particularly care. All I'm saying is this would be the good time to be like, that was not the real Kate's. That was not the real Kate's. That was somebody moonlighting as him. And the real Kate's is somewhere locked up. Just saying. Did not like this Kate's. Did not like this one. Also, Anna, you tried to play snake moves with your ex-husband, and it was like, oh, you tried to be a snake and you got bit. At the end of the day, I don't care about her. Don't care about that kiss. She getting on my nerves. And ultimately, and many times that Sonny and Jason have saved the ASSs of you. SSs? Yeah. You, your husband, your daughter, and all y'all family members alike, y'all starting to work my nerves. At some point, stop saving these people. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. Stop saving them if they're not going to ultimately return the favor. Because it's like, well, we're the cops and I'm the police commissioner. I'm this and I'm that. And I have to do things by the book. But you weren't doing things by the book when you was a double agent. You wasn't doing things by the book when you needed the help of these criminals. Get the fuck out of my face with this. So ultimately, Dante doesn't end up telling, but he gets put on leave because everything that's going on with Lulu and his son and all of that. So now he's on leave and he's talking to Sam about it. He was like, never in my life have I ever had a moment where being a cop and being my father's son came down to, a split second of what I was going to say. And he's wondering about that situation. He's worried about Lulu. So now Sam is about to make the decision to go ahead and give up a piece of her liver, which is how we think she's going to die on the show. Once again, I'm not really sure why they killed off Kelly Monaco's character. Or fired her. I'm not understanding this. All I said was y'all probably just need to give her something she could really believe in. Give her a storyline she could believe in. Give her something to like sink her teeth into. Me personally, I would have been like, this is a perfect time to be like, Stephen Cassadine is still alive, and he's been holding, different family members on an island that nobody knows about that the Cassadines have, and the storyline needs to be fleshed out more. But Stefan is alive. He's been alive for a while, and he saved baby Lila, and he also saved Spencer, and he saved Christina, and they've been in hiding, away from Helena for all these years. They just got Spencer, and maybe that would have been, Sam going off on her one of her great adventures. Because that's another thing. Sam isn't an adventurous anymore like she used to be. But what do I know? Instead of firing her, y'all really could have gave her something to sink her teeth into. A long lost daughter. Really could have seen the drama between her and Sonny over this child that they thought passed away, and the fact that Christina's sister is also her niece. Like, these are things we could have seen, but oh. Anyway, where was I? Oh, Alexis is not going to jail. They get in there, they give the evidence, they drop the charges because it was not the gun that was used, and Molly is still being a bitch from the mountains of Hateration Island. Okay, Hateration Island has mountains. Okay, from the mountains of Haters all the way to Hater Island. Okay, living in Hater's Mansion on Shady Lane. That is Molly. I don't want to be around Christina because ultimately this is her fault of why all this happened. No, it's not. This is your daddy's fault. Had Rick not been so adamant to go tell on Alexis, Alexis wouldn't have gotten arrested. And then, had you not been adamant on going down to the police station and trying to get Christina caught up, she would definitely wouldn't have been arrested and put in jail. Ultimately, and hear me when I say this, ultimately, the split second decision on arresting Alexis and having her locked up came down to you and your daddy going to snitch her out. That's what happened. That's how we got here. Not anything Christina did at that moment. What Christina going into that hotel room was wrong. But this Alexis going to jail, this had everything to do with your father telling on her and you going down there trying to get Christina caught up, which ultimately backfired and your mom was sent to prison. And, Alexis thanks Sonny for, because she was like, I know you were going to tell him and try to save me, so thank you. He was like, anything for you. Because he still hold low something for Alexis. And ultimately, Rick has been singing this Christina is Alexis's favorite child from the moment Molly was born. Been singing this, Christina is your favorite child. Christina is your favorite child. So Molly ultimately believes it because that's what your daddy been telling you. But ultimately, your father ain't ish. He's a unaliver. Well, he's a murderer. He's a grape juicer. He's stolen from people. He's a serial cheater. He's drugged people, kidnapped people. Like, Rick is despicable, but he hides it behind a holier than thou attitude. Sonny and Miss Breedy is like, I did that, and I do it again. Bop, bop, bop. Like, come on now. So we get to Tuesday, and ultimately Ned is hired a PI that was following Carly to go follow Drew and Willow because I'm gonna prove y'all having an affair. Plus, we trust, what the child name is? George? Not George. James. We trust James and what he said, okay? We do. James was telling the truth and y'all know it. So Ned is hired a PI. They're also trying to break up ELQ shares now that Valentine is gone and who to give the shares to and what to do with that. So now we about to get into ELQ business and that's about to get messy as hell. And Tracy is just going through it. She can't help Finn. Lulu's dying and all she can do is get a 9-year-old arrested. Get a 9-year-old arrested. So her and Olivia have a heart-to-heart moment over that. And it's just like, come on now. Slow down, little red Corvette. Martin and Cyrus have a moment, and Martin is telling Cyrus, "You stay away from Laura. She going through too much." And Cyrus says, "I'm just trying to be here for her, and I'm going to try to do my best." So either Cyrus is going to give up a piece of his liver, or Sam is going to give up a piece of his liver. Either way, somebody giving up a piece of a liver. Okay, somebody is going to give up a piece of something. Isaiah talked with Liz, and he was like, "Listen, I understand Luke, not Luke's, Lucky's wanting to run away because I did the same. I had a bad surgery on a patient, and instead of staying, I ran. And eventually, him and Liz team up, so now Liz may have another man in her vicinity. Okay, hey Isaiah, him and Liz team up because by the end of the episode, Lulu is crashing in her hospital bed, and they got to do everything they can to save her. So we teaming up. We're a dynamic duo up in here. Ultimately, when it comes down to it, Molly's still getting on my nerves. Rick is still getting on my nerves. Portia's been on my nerves because at the end of the day, had you not messed with them tests, I get wanting to save your child, but you could have did some other stuff that really get, Heather caught up and be like, "See, I told y'all. I told y'all she wasn't better." Now you under Brad's thumb. And Willow and Drew, I really thought they was gonna be playing mattress tag all summer long, but I guess we're gonna head into the fall, winter, spring, or whatever of them playing mattress tag, and it's gonna be a situation of when Ned drops that PI from following them, that's when they're gonna start fooling around, and it's just like ultimately, let's get this done. Because what we supposed to do? Finn ain't coming back. We know Michael Easton isn't coming back. And I heard that the guy who plays the original Taggart, he's not coming back. I'm not sure what y'all got going on, but this needs to be fixed because I'm not enjoying this. I'm enjoying some parts of this, but I'm not enjoying the fact that it's just like, what's gonna happen to Violet if her dad don't come back? What excuse are y'all gonna make? Are y'all gonna make the excuse of, he's decided to stay in rehab a little longer because he's not ready to leave? Like, what's going on here? But with that being said, that was it. That was all. I don't have more to give y'all for today's dim soaps. But I will be back. And don't forget to check the description box down below and hit all those links and make sure you're kept up to date about everything. Not just stuff on this channel, but what's going on in the world. Check out the YouTube shorts and the playlist for the sitcom Sit Down, also Cinematic Chit Chat, and a slew of other great things we have going on over here. And also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on. And don't forget to share me with your people. With that being said, I'll see y'all later. Bye.